What's going on, folks? It is officially 3:50 in the morning. We have a winter storm getting ready to come through. Today is Friday, January 3rd, and we are going to see what we can pull off with the inmotion climber. We're going to alternate it in and out with the unagi, depending upon what the wheels on the unagi let us do. That's the biggest problem with the unagi is the wheels. But during this little snowstorm, cold, freeze it up kind of situation, so we're going to have our mask on today. We're going to have our helmet on. We're going to have our gloves. We got our full jackets. And, of course, the coveralls. Which, actually, I'll just go ahead and show you that real quick. It's probably unnecessary, but who knows. But like I said, it's 3:50. We're getting ready to start. We are scheduled to dash at 4. And we're going to go ahead and hit dash now. And see what we can pull off. Between Sunday and Monday, we're supposed to have they're talking about 4 inches kind of nonsense here in Kentucky, which we don't really do too well in Kentucky with that much snow and that much ice, that kind of situation. And I definitely don't know how well we're going to do with it on the scooter. However, the inmotion climber is supposed to be IP56, which means that it is borderline water resistant, 100%, borderline waterproof. Obviously, we're not going to go running through some puddles intentionally. We're going to avoid as much as we can. But supposedly the scooter's supposed to hold up to it. So, let's get it going and see what happens. I'll come back to you when we get some deliveries going. I may not show you all of them today because my batteries are going to be fighting with me with the cold air. But I'll show you a couple. We'll go out here, we'll get something going. And then I'll show you at the end of the day what's going on. But it's really the start of the challenge from Friday all the way through Tuesday. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days. 5 solid day challenge, non-stop work, early in the morning, late at night. Let's get it going and see what happens. Folks, I'll come back to you here in just a little bit. We're going to get it started up. Alright, so we just picked one up from Speedway. And I got to tell you, Speedway is actually not bad. I would think. Again, folks, I will tell you this. The scooter will always move better if you actually turn it on. So just keep that in mind. If you decide to become somebody to venture into electric vehicles, they don't just take off. But this is a little 5-hour delivery, 1.1 miles. Definitely, I'm not going to complain about that. Plus, the better part of it is, I've been here before, so I have an idea where he's at. I know he lives on the 2nd floor, but you can actually pull the scooter almost right up to it, which is, I got to say, one of the benefits of the scooter. You can get away with a few things that you can't in a car. And where I'm going, parking, I think I might be a delivery guy. Well, the part where I'm delivering to, the parking situation is not necessarily the greatest of scenarios. But we're going to run this whole delivery here just in D mode at 15 miles an hour. Because you know what? Man, it's I got to tell you, it's boring. It's slow. And if you get into scooters, you're definitely not staying in these kind of gears, these mid-range gears. You're going to be, at first it's going to feel really cool, but then you're going to get used to it. Then you're going to kick it up to the next highest gear, and you're going to jump into 20 miles an hour instead of 15 miles an hour, which doesn't sound like a lot. But I'll tell you something. On a scooter, 5 miles an hour is, it may save me a minute or two on the delivery, if that. riding a scooter for me is not just the fact of, let's see, here on D mode, I will say it slows down drastically. But man, I'll tell you what, it feels that hill. It starts to pull it in, and I'm right back up to 15 miles an hour just from this little incline. But the speed limiter drops you down real bad and cuts you off when you're going down the hill. So you slow down drastically. And this is one of those times where you decide, okay, do I just run the red light? Because it doesn't look like there's traffic coming. I'm on a scooter, technically in a bike lane, and I still think it's illegal, but, you know, that's part of the key, man. My delivery times are all, you know, I think I'm at like 97% on time or early. Not because I'm fast necessarily, but because I have a scooter and I can zip around in spots that cars can't. Listen for the directions here because I think right up here. Right exactly with me. And that's why I screwed up. In fact, I think I delivered to this guy yesterday. And if I remember right, it's this one right here. I do believe it's right up here. And we're gonna just pop our scooter up here. And we're gonna look right here. And I believe that this is right where we need to be. It's perfect. Yesterday, when we did the same delivery, it took us a little difference because we actually went around to the front of the building. And that slowed the process down a bit. Today, you just got a couple energy drinks from 7-Eleven, Speedway, whatever you want to call it. And he's between door number 17 to 24. Leave it on the porch. So let's up here. See, there's 9 to 16. I love walking upstairs. Nicest lady. This is all that is on my part. I'll be honest with you. This guy's not too bad. 1724. Right there. Alright, so we dropped that off. And those are the kind of deliveries, to be honest with you. Man, I'd take those all day long. Granted, yeah, gives me a little cardio. Nothing extreme, but gives me something. What just happened there? That's the problem with delivering and trying to do video on the phone at the same time. Is every time you switch to the DoorDash app, the actual video itself stops. Then I gotta start it back over. Not necessarily start back over. When I go to edit it, I gotta find all the videos and put them in the right order and make sure everything is getting delivered in the right direction. So we got order number 2 dropped off, and we're gonna head on back and we'll come back to you when we get another one. Alrighty, delivery number 3. Man, we're going to Honey Brothers. I've always avoided Honey Brothers. I'm just scared of coffee. Scared of drinks. As much as I can avoid them, I try to. But I also realized this Honey Brothers is actually really close to me. I get a lot of orders that I turn down that I could be taking if I would just learn how to do the coffee and the drink orders better. Now, I don't know why I keep saying I'm nervous. I've never one time Actually, once I think I've actually spilled the drink, and that was a McDonald's drink that I had no control over anyway. I'm usually really good at packing them up, but we're also again at 30 degrees, and if anybody knows me, they know I love my coffee, but I also like my coffee hot. So if I'm bringing you Honey Brothers coffee, you're going to probably want your coffee hot, unless it's an ice, if it's an iced coffee, that's great. I'll just stick it inside the pot. It doesn't work that way, I don't think. So I've come up with a new plan, and we are going to see how it works out. Okay, so we're kind of keeping this still in our mode, and just to save battery. Because, like I said, Honey Brothers is actually very, very close. So, just to conserve battery in 30 degrees, So I'm going to go up here, we're going to try this new system out, and I'm trying to get you a view on how to do it. I did the same thing yesterday, and the view that I got was just, it wasn't even worth even saying, hey, I'm doing a video for you. So here's Honey Brothers right up here. Obviously a very quick trip. We're going to set ourselves up right here. Pull the scooter right in here. Let's see if we can figure out how to get this set up to where we don't spill anybody's coffee. That's the whole key. So we got our regular bag here. Still don't think that you can actually see it, because I don't think I can get this pulled down enough to do that. There it is. Does that get it? Pretty close at least. Okay, so we got a regular bag here. This unzips down here. This unzips here. The only thing I just really don't like about this bag is the fact that, one, this zipper always gives me a hard time for some reason, because I always get it caught up in the wrist of it. See that number? We're going to break it one day. And then this piece here opens up inside. And now we got our Honey Brothers bag, our DoorDash delivery bag, which is going to give it a little more insulation. And we're going to try to talk these coffee people into putting it in a little container for us. And then that way we can keep the coffee warm, keep the coffee secure, and it's going to end up inside of here. So let's turn the scooter off so we can try to avoid it getting stolen. What about the way? The way's here. And now we're going to go into this Honey Brothers, which is Honey Brothers, I got to say, is actually really good. They don't have any problems at all. So we're going to try to get this thing hooked up real quick. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have our order. We're going to take our little DoorDash bag. That gives it more insulation. Honey Brothers always does such an awesome job because they always put little stickers that hold the cup down. So we're going to put this in here like this. Then we're going to put this piece of this little sweater here in here to help pushing it more. And then they also got a burrito that we're going to stick on the other side. And hopefully, what that's going to do is keep everything sealed together well enough. Zip that up. Now you got that insulation there. You got the insulation from the bag, which I don't know if you can get the view on from here. So be real careful. Bag on. Hopefully not to dump the coffee over. Just the whole key. Alright, so we got the bag on. We got the coffee in the bag. The bag in the bag. The temperature. And we hope we have it all locked down enough to where the coffee spill. Now, what we've got to do alright, so we got a good ways to go on this one. So we're going to kick this one back into sport mode to get it there. Get our flashlight turned on here. Now we just gotta hope and pray that the coffee is gonna make it. Okay, so we got that dropped off, and guess what? Thank you very much, I appreciate it. The coffee made it just fine, which we are very happy about. Now we're going to put this back down into D mode, I believe. Get this thing down in D mode and save a little battery going back home, but we may try to run the sidewalk down. Boy, I'm telling you what, it's windy though. Already starting off. What is this dude doing? I'll tell you what, man, people really, they just don't care. And that's, maybe that's my fault too. Maybe I was going along and not paying enough attention to what was going on too. Who knows? Man, I just assumed that the guy saw the scooter, said screw the scooter, I don't care. Who knows? That may have been my fault. Let's run this way. We're gonna run down this sidewalk. But you don't really in the dark. Daylight, we do it all day long. But in the dark, I get a little nervous because we don't quite have the same vision that we normally would have. So we're gonna head on back and I will come back to you when we get things rolling. Alright folks, here we go. Banger T. Cold weather DoorDash delivery on the scooters. Basically running an inmotion climber and a unagi. Well, I need to work on these brakes a little bit, but this is an order here that I'm taking you on that I would normally shy away from. Because quite honestly, it's 3.3 miles, which for me, on a scooter like this, is actually a pretty good distance. Because you got to figure, you got 3.3 miles, you got to pick the food up, you got to get it to the house. There's your 3.3 miles. But then you got to get back. So in all reality, this one order is usually borderline 7 miles worth of battery. Now, it's actually paying me $7, and that's the only reason I took it. Here in Kentucky, it's actually not a bad tip, or not a bad little scenario. And I think it's just two meals. So they put a tip on there. Did something for me. So I can't complain about that. But, like I said, I've also, in this inmotion, have never really tried it out. Like, I said, okay, what kind of distance will this thing do if I just keep it in sport mode, top speed, the whole shebang? And how well will it do it? So I got a full battery charge right now. I'm getting ready to get the Burger King, which is where we're picking our food up from. We'll stop here for highway traffic. All coming down here on us, so definitely don't want to get hit by that. That would be a bad thing. Back up here over here on the sidewalk. And zip up this way. The phone holder is giving me a little bit of an issue today. Alright, so let's get up here to Burger King. Get this thing picked up. Then we gotta run the rest of the mileage all the way down to the person's house, which is somewhere down in Old Blue. Which, like I said, there's secret tricks and ways and stuff, but what the thing's really telling me to do is take it on the highway to get you there. I don't know if I've been running this the whole time or if I goofed up, but I'm gonna tell you a short story real quick while we're going. 8.3 mile delivery, $7. InMotion touring. Generally, you kind of stick away from this. 8.3 miles for me, it's kind of long. So, but I've also never really seen what the inmotion can really pull off. I've never really taken it out on a long range test or done any kind of real review on it. Probably got about 300 miles on it. And doing the DoorDash the way I do it, I stay really close distances. I keep them charged up throughout the majority of the day. So I don't really know what this thing can really pull. I do know we are by the time we get back to where we started, which is where we'll plug our scooter back up again, it will be a total of 7 miles. 3.3 times 2. Approximately. Give a few shortcuts that I take. May not be quite that far, but it'll be relatively close. Once we get to this person's house, which we know is all the way down on 1st Street, we're talking about the 1100 block of 1st Street. And right now, we're sitting somewhere around the 1900s, I think. So, I'm only curious on if we can get there in time. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. We're going to let this traffic go through. Just because we know when we get on this road on the speed, we're going to be attention to it. Okay, let's go. I guess we just want to keep these up here. People are silly. I don't understand. You know, if they would just go instead of worrying so much about it, then probably wouldn't be nearly like that. So we got 2nd Street and 1st Street, both one-way streets. We gotta go down 2nd Street, past the address, come back up 1st Street to get back. I mean, what is this guy? That's a whole and they are okay, so 2nd Street, which is a street which we like. End up I would rather to get hit by a passenger cycle than a driver's cycle. So I'm sorry, right now we're at 4 batteries. Now, like I said, we're sitting at about 30 degrees outside, folks. The temperature has gone down and is going to continue to drop down this weekend, which is why I'm doing this little 3 or 4 day challenge here. Because I want to see exactly what I can pull off in cold, snow, ice, nastiness, if I can. So we're at the 1500 block. We need to get all the way down to 11. And we are going 19 miles an hour right now. We're down to 4 battery, or 4 bars. The cold and the wind both affect the battery range of this thing. And I don't even know what it'll do on a good solid day. Now, I will tell you this, I weigh about 160. I have about £1.5 pounds of food on me, if that. I don't even know if I would say £1.5 pounds. I have just enough not to make a difference that it would affect the battery range. But I still do like this inmotion climber, man. I'll tell you something. I got actually, this thing is, it's actually like just like a step up from the unagi, is the way I'm going to say it. Because I really enjoyed my unagi. It was just a little too slow. Had absolutely no suspension, which this doesn't have any suspension either. But it does have 2 air tires, which in comparison to the unagi that's got the hard style tires, absorbs a ton. So it basically feels like it has some. And I mean, you got a whole other one. I almost want to go and tell him to kiss my ass, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a nice guy. Man, I'm going to be a nice guy. Just one of those guys that was behind me just cussing at me. Left. And we're looking for 1153. We're at 1261. waiting for this car to go. And then we're... So right now we're still at 4 bars. We're sitting right on 4 bars. Now we're going dead into the wind. I mean dead into the wind. 11:53 is going to be right up here on this light. Alright, so there's 57, 59, 11:53. Alright. We actually made it to the address. We have technically 4 bars on our battery chart tester here. We're just gonna hope that these drinks are okay, because the guy behind us back there really cautious. Okay, let's see where we're going here. So we got that dropped off. Looks like we're still sitting right at 4 bars. Now, logic tells us 3.3 miles to get here. 3.3 miles to get home. Okay? So, let's see what can happen. We're fighting the wind. We're fighting the cold air. We're fighting traffic in general. A $7 order. I guess I can't complain too bad, but I don't know, maybe we'll pick something else up on the way there, on the way back to the spot. To be honest with you, I pretty much work out of my house anyway. I keep all my scooters charging throughout the day, and I'm just running them out of my house. Right now, even if this battery gets down to where I can't do any deliveries on it, I still got my unagi sitting there that I can at least pick up a few couple while I'm waiting on this one to charge more. Don't really have any massive downtime, and we get to be cruising along. So let us get back here. Let's know how she did. Looks like we're still sitting at 19 miles an hour. I can't get this thing over 19 to 20 miles an hour. I had my nephew work on my brakes for me. I don't have any more rubbing or anything on the rotor. In fact, my brakes need to be adjusting a little bit more, a little bit tighter. Come on, Rhodey, go, your turn. Now it's my turn. This poor dude up here in his little cart is getting ready to get run over. I don't know what he's doing. I'm fairly sure the dude's gonna get run over. So we're still cruising. We'll speed this one up on the way. Right here. I should have gone down Hill Street. That's what I should have done. But that's alright. Red light. Now we are. Let me guide you. That's what I like about the hill. I love how I say that. You got to yield for me, no. You got a 3,000 pound car and my 40 pound scooter. It's really pretty good. That's why you always wear your safety gear, folks. Because you never know when somebody's going to do something stupid, or better yet, when you yourself are going to get cocky, arrogant, and just because you're on the scooter, assuming you have a right to do things that you don't have a right to do. You end up getting hurt because of it. I sit here and talk all the time about how people, they're watching their scooters, they hate scooters. And, well, I also have realized that a few couple times, I can't say I haven't made my mistakes. Just because, to be honest with you, I was on a scooter, and I said, hey, I'm on a scooter, I'm going down the sidewalk, I'm going down the alleyway, I'm going this direction I'm not supposed to go. So I'm not necessarily giving us the best reputation on top of it anyway. So if you do, enjoy this kind of thing, you enjoy this channel, this is probably the last video of the day. I'm going to do a recap by the end of it, let you know exactly where we ended up at. Because like I said, we got our 4-day challenge. The 4 day, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is when the wicked storm's supposed to be here. Tomorrow is potentially really starting. Tomorrow it's definitely supposed to start getting cold, big time. Like we're talking teens, so I gotta bust today out as much as I can without taking any extra time. And to be honest with you, like doing these little videos on the phone and while you're running DoorDash, it does get a little more time consuming than I want it to, because I need to be making a lot more money today. Because tomorrow, I think the money process, I do believe, the money concept is going to slow down. So, Look, and that's what makes me kind of laugh, because then you do got people, I guess, that maybe they do support scooters a little bit. Either that, or because I have my helmet on, one of the two. Dudes give me a thumbs up. And then again, it may be one of these guys in this neighborhood. I'm in this neighborhood all day, every day, cruising around. So maybe he knows who I am, and as he's just saying hi. So who knows? Who knows what's going on anymore in the world? All I know is that sometimes you can't trust people. Sometimes I can't trust people. One thing I can tell you is that we just did a 3.3 mile delivery right back to where we started from. So I'm going to give it 7 miles. I actually went in the wrong direction in one thing, so I'm actually going to boost it to maybe 7.5. And let's see. Get opened up here. Oh, my dogs are flipping out already. So let's see what. Well, folks, I believe that's about going to call it. We're starting to get tired. We got to start early again tomorrow. We ended up with 14 deliveries today. We started at technically 4 o'clock this morning. And we ended up at $87. Not a great day. Can't complain too bad. Could have been a lot better. I turned down a few things that I probably shouldn't have turned down, that I probably should have taken. But tomorrow, we're going to start it all over again. We're running on the Unagi and the InMotion Climber, both commuter-style scooters that we're just keeping charged out of our house and working through it. And we're going to see if we can't get through this winter storm and see what this cold weather does to us on these scooters this next couple days. So, anyway, folks, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you enjoy this kind of thing, leave me comments. Tell me what to do. Tell me what not to do. Hit the subscribe button. I need more subscribers. I think I'm up to 49 now. I'm getting there. It's starting to build up a little bit. But hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Send me some comments. Tell me how I could be doing this better. Tell me maybe if I helped you. And let's just try to help each other out. Folks, always ride safe. Always ride the lightning. I'm Banger T, and I'm out.